Hello again there, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Fujit, and we're here for Preview Skill number 2, Stage 1, here on the European server for the Autumn Season Tournament. Oh, well, we finished Preview Skill number 1 only like a day or so ago, and it got exciting, realistically. We had, at the opening games, 420 odd teams. Now we've whittled that down, actually. There's only 390 odd. We had like 100 and something groups. We've now got 93 groups. We're rolling out in group 33, by the way. That includes the BPS team Gravitas. Now, that's a different BPS clan. They're part of the same family, but it's, for all intents and purposes, a different clan. And a lot of people think it's like BPS's second team. It's actually not. It's a standalone team. Because it's a completely different clan. So what are we going to expect? Well, at the moment, if we have a look, this is the leaderboard, and as you can see, the top 8 has got more than 8 in, because it's really, really close. There aren't that many cups separating everybody from everybody, and you know, it's just one of those things. It's been really tight up there. I mean, it's 10,846 cups in number 1. If I go all the way down to the middle echelon, then you will see, you know, at 17th place, A1N1, they're only 400 cups away from that first place spot. So it is really, really tricky out there to try and get all these things. And everything can change. A lot of people thinking, oh, you know, prove your skill number 1 has sort of settled it. But it hasn't. Lots of things can happen between now and the end. The other thing that we're looking at is, as I said, I'm not the only person streaming today. We're streaming in group 33. Amunet is also streaming, and she is streaming group number 1. That's in English. Every Good Name is streaming, and he is streaming group number 2. That is also in English. And if you look in the game, there's also, for those of you who speak Russian, I think he's in Russian, then iShot is also streaming group number 1, as you can see there. So there's all the streamers. Amunet streaming group number 1. I'm streaming group 33. Every is streaming group 2. Those are all in English, and in Russian, I do believe, is iShot streaming group number 1. So that's what we can look forward to today. We should be getting the tournament room notification anytime soon. If I go back down into group 33, which is really tricky because it's all the way down. It's not at the bottom because, as I said, there's like 90 odd groups. We should be looking at possibly BPS Gravitas going out against Cigna. That's probably the game we're going to be watching first. I don't know as of yet, but that's probably the game we're going to be watching first. Time will tell, as I say. So, and we are watching BPS against Sigma. So that's what we're watching, guys. That's what we've got. That's what we've got to look forward to. Now, the other thing that is going to happen, this stream, because it's number 1, it's the first stage of Preview Skill number 2. What will generally happen is this: we'll have a break between the first game, which is rolling out now, and the upper bracket final. And then it will just sort of roll really quickly after that. So there's probably going to be like a 20, maybe 30-minute break between the first games and the next games after that. But once we finish that, it'll be really like straight in. Okay, it'll be battle after battle after battle. So just keep that in mind. In between the break, what I'm going to do, I did a stream yesterday, which was a giveaway stream, and I'm going to announce 2 winners from that stream. The winners of the poem competition and also the winners of the joke competition, because it was really good fun. It was a great stream. I only intended to stream for like an hour and a half, and we ended up streaming for 4 hours. That's how much fun we all had. It was fantasticness. All wrapped up in a little bundle. And you know, those of you who weren't able to be there, well, you missed out, because it was good fun. We had a great time. And we jumped into a training room at the end, and we all tried to kill each other and win another giveaway, which was a tank. So, you know, guys, you're sort of missing out on these things. Anyway, we're in the room, we're readying up. I'm just going to wait. We have got a stream delay, the minimum stream delay, which is 3 minutes. So I'm going to wait until we get past that 3-minute marker for the room before I jump in. That prevents any kind of stream sniping whatsoever, because we don't want stream sniping, not in a tournament. So I'm interested to see how this one pans out. As I said, we've got less teams this time. Last time, like I pointed out, we had 400 and something. This time there is 369. So we've lost a few teams falling out by the wayside. We will be rolling out onto Middleburg with BPS Gravitas on the south spawn and Cigna on the north spawn. As you can see there, we've still got 2.5 minutes to go, so not everybody's in the room as of yet. Now, I'm not going to go through everything just now. I'm hoping that Cigna have got a full team, because playing into BPS without a full team is going to be pretty darn difficult, not gonna lie. Now, we did have in PYS number 1 a couple of teams that didn't have a full complement, and it really does hurt, because you're playing against a good team and you've already got tanks down, and you're just sort of creating a rod for your own back, realistically. If the truth be known, nobody wants that, do they? Everybody wants to roll out and just have a good time and try and do their best to get to those finals and get those cups into wherever. But, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work that way. This is Saturday, and again, sometimes it's difficult to sort of rally the troops around and get them all out there and get them doing the bits that they need to do. So we'll see. We will see. Looks like BPS, wow, they've almost got a full team now. 6 of them are in. I'm not playing for them, obviously. But we've only got 5 so far for Cigna. Now, I don't know Cigna as a clan, if I'm being honest. So this is, I don't know how you pronounce that. So if you don't mind, I'm going to call you Zesh. Is that okay? I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, and I would hate to absolutely do it wrong. Phaeton, so I'm going to call you Phaeton, hope you don't mind. And this is Megatron. Megatron I can deal with. And this one is Mad Noob. Mad Noob. There you go. This one's going to Fugasom. I'm going to call you Fugasom, if you don't mind, because it's pretty close to my name. I'm going to go back to Fugasom because I want to know where the clan is from. English, Ukrainian, and Czech. So there you go. I'm not going to try and sort of pronounce your names, because apart from English, I'm pretty pants at every other language, if I'm being honest with you. On the BPS side so far, we've got Senor Mustafa, we've got Spitty, Uklova, Vanessa, RG Potens, and Navigator at this moment in time. So we've got a team of 6 against a team of 5 currently with 14 seconds to go. Methinks this is going to be intriguing and interesting. So a team of 6 against a team of 5. So there you have it. On Middleburg, of all places. So there you go. Hit points, well, it's in favour of BPS, of course, because they've got the extra tank. Not only that, I mean, they've got a Foch, a Mouse, a Sheridan, and 3 Type 71s. Cigna, on the other hand, have got an IS-7, an Object 268, an Object 268-4, a T100, and a Type 71. So, lacking their heavies there, unfortunately, for Cigna. They're going to find this one rough going, I think. As I said, they're already on the back foot. So they're not going to find this one that easy. I'm going to get up high. I'm expecting, in all honesty, I'm expecting a brawl in the town. So it appears that seems to be the way. BPS are already taking their heavies in the form of Navigator. But then Senor Mustafa is also heading that way. ACAP is being taken by Cigna. So Cigna have already jumped into the ACAP. Navigator pushing forward here onto Mad Noob. And Megatron getting some side shots put into in there from RG. Zeshka is up in the top in the T100. Navigator putting a lot of heavy work there into Phaeton in the 268-4. And Mustafa is coming round to try and dump that second shot into Phaeton. And it kind of worked. But Megatron is now a one-shot. Phaeton is going down. Down he goes, courtesy of Spitty. Megatron in Mad Noob. Mad Noob is looking pretty healthy, isn't it? IS-7. Down goes Phaeton. Oh, sorry, Megatron. Mad Noob now will be the centre of attention, and he is the centre of attention. Oh, RG getting a bit of a tap there, coming in from Fugasum. So So that was interesting. The T100 is down, I believe. Yes, he is. Down goes the other. It's just Ferguson left in the 268. He's got it all to do, and it's not really going to work for him. So there did we go. So it was always in favour of BPS, that one. Nothing against Cigna, of course. But they did go out with a tank less. Going out against the likes of BPS with a tank less is really not what you should be aiming to do. Bless them. And now it's going to get even worse because Excelia has turned up for BPS, so they have now got a full team. It is 1-0. This is best of threes, first 2 victories. Cigna, don't take this the wrong way, but I think BPS have got this one in the bag, buddy, because you are now 2 tanks light. 2 tanks light. So that's you know, that's not good. Not good when you play a team of this caliber. So you can see here BPS doing a lot of shuffling around with their meta. And so is Cigna, though. I mean, we got Phaeton in a... No, Phaeton staying in the 268-4. Megatron getting into the T95. Mad Noob is in the IS-4 now. Fusom is in a Object 268 still. And Jesh probably still in that T100 LT. Moving over to BPS, wow, we've got Mufasa in a 4005. Spitty now in a Mouse. Yukalova in a Sheridan. Vanessa in a 71. RG Potens in a Grill. Navigator in a 71 and Excelsior in an E50M. Privyet, как дела? That's not the limit of my Russian, but it'll do for the moment. If you didn't mind. We're just readying up now. 7 seconds to go before we kick it off. So we're almost ready to roll out and rock and roll. And as I said, my Russian is pretty bad, but очень приятно мне русская друзья. Добро пожаловать на мой стрим. I know, that's pretty bad, yeah. Я плохо говорю по-русски. Я очень говорю по-английски. Anyway, we are still here on Middleburg. We've swapped those spawn points around. A distinct advantage, not only in guns on the battlefield, but in hit points sitting with BPS Gravitas here. So it'll be no surprises, to be honest. And already we can see Ukalova and Exceler in those medium tanks and light tank of the Sheridan pushing heavily to try and get those early spots. Cigna again, they're heading for that town area. Vanessa and Mufasa are all there, ready in their FV4005. And now we've got the E50M pushing down. He has been spotted. Oh, Fugusum has been hit already. And RG Potens is not happy about that because he's at the back of the map in the grill and he wants some damage, bless him. Zheshka here, oh, in the yo, really getting pummeled, but the 268 of Fugusum will go down here, and down goes the 268 already. Zheshka here doing what he can in the yo. He may be able to get some damage in here. He is fully loaded, but Vanessa will come in and finish that off. Megatron, however, in the T95, putting some damage in as well. But it's not going to really be working out for them. We got the 268 there, Phaeton just holding back, and down goes Megatron. Mad Noob is still very healthy, but Mufasa in that mouse, in that 4005 pushing around, and out comes Vanessa as well. Poor old Mad Noob, he's not going to be lasting that battle. And at the same time, as you can see, they're pushing on to Phaeton. Exceler, though, is a one-shot, but he manages to survive. Mad Noob is the last man standing, and he's not going to last much longer. Mufasa is trying to block the shots coming in, but it doesn't work, and it is a victory to BPS. What's blurry? Hey, what's blurry? It shouldn't be blurry. Shouldn't be blurry. And as I said, you know, don't take too much away from that Cigna. At the end of the day, you only had five players against 7. Not only that, you were playing against a top team. So it was always going to be a bit of a tricky one and a bit of a sticky wicket. So let's just quickly find out when we roll out in the next battle, which will be the final, the upper bracket final, I believe, all the way down to Group 33, which is the one that we're looking at. Group 25. There's so many groups. So many groups! Takes an eternity to get there. There we go. Group 33. To be BPS against Future. So that's going off in about 20 odd minutes. Future there, well, looks like they turned over their opponents. Yes, they did. 2-0. So Tairu will face off against Cigna in that lower bracket final. They will then face the loser of the upper bracket final. And the winner of the upper bracket final will go into today's grand final. So the next games that we will be looking at is the upper bracket final at 30 minutes past the hour. So with that in mind, yesterday, as I said, I did a giveaway. And, well, I did 4 giveaways, actually. It was a special Halloween stream and has an official CC for Water Tanks Blitz. I was lucky enough to have 4 crates to give away. Each of those crates contained a guaranteed tank. And we had a great time on stream. And one of the challenges, and we did 4 different challenges. And one of the challenges was to write a poem. Okay. And we had so many people write in. It was absolutely impossible to work out which poem was the best and who was the overall winner. So we whittled it down to the top 5, and I put that out there onto my Discord server for voting and also on my YouTube community tab. And after tallying up all the votes, we do have a winner. And the winning poem is as follows. There once was a tank called the Drac, was fast with a rather soft back. Peeked over the hill, went in for the kill, but a smasher was poised to attack. And that has been overwhelmingly voted as the best entry of the poems that we asked for. So that goes to Ironman 92710 is the user in-game name from the NA server, and that is fantastic. So congratulations, Ironman. The other was a joke. People had to pen a joke, and what we then did, we then sort of looked at it and we said, okay, so again, we had so many entries, so many people submit stuff that we narrowed it down to a top 5. And again, I put it out on my Discord server, I put it out on my YouTube tab, community tab, collated all the votes, and there was one overwhelming winner. And the joke in question is as follows. A T-49 and an SP-1C are walking deep in the woods at night with a lantern and a shovel. The SP-1C says to the T-49, "Bro, it's really creepy out here. I'm scared." To which the T-49 replies, "You're scared. I'm the one who has to walk back all alone." So congratulations, that goes to It's End Game Baby, who hasn't sent me all his details, so I need to get those details from him. But congratulations to It's End Game Baby, and congratulations to Iron Man, and big congratulations actually to every single person who submitted a joke and submitted a poem. To be fair, each and every one of them were brilliant. The only problem was I really couldn't give, if I could give awards to everybody, I would have, but unfortunately, I only had 1 crate per topic. So, commiserations to those who didn't make it, but in my eyes, all your poems and all your jokes put a massive smile on my face, but there has to be a winner. And it was overwhelming in both respects that those 2 are the winners. So, congratulations to those 2. Now we've got some time, so I need to find some replays, and hopefully people have been plonking replays onto my Discord server. I think they have. I hope, I wish, I pray. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's have a look at an AMX12T. This is from if you've got any replays, guys, send them to me on Discord, or alternatively, drop me a line on fujitsblitz@gmail.com, or just DM them to me in Discord, because I don't play on PC. Okay, I don't play on PC. Because I don't play on PC and I stream on PC, it's pretty difficult for me to actually get involved in games in these down periods. So I do actually need those replays, guys. So anyway, what's the chat saying as you're watching this replay in the background? So let's have a look. We have got, I did see Kriel earlier in the Jigo Kuki, hello. Fast Sniper, hello. Lucky Pianco, hello. Lucky Panko. Henry Plantagenet, hello. Damien Mihalik, hello. Andy D, how you doing? Naiha, hello. Party Channel, how you doing, big fella? No, the crates don't go out yet. The reason being is they come from Wargaming and it's the weekend, so the chances of Wargaming sending them out at the weekend are very, very slim. Painball, hello, how you doing, buddy? I already said Privyet to you. A-A-A-M-M-N-E. Sailing Singularity, I don't know what's blurry, you have to explain that one to me. Not Rolex. Cool. How do you get the crates from the streams? It depends. You have to look for a reward stream, and I don't think there's any on at the moment. Some of the other streamers were doing their Halloween reward streams on the 20th and 21st of this month. I think I was the last one to do a reward stream, and that was yesterday. I don't think there's any more coming at the moment. I'm just not sure. There will be reward streams in the tournament, but not at this stage, not during the PYS. It's normally done later on when we get to the bigger tournaments like the professionals and the stuff like that and the round robins. Domino Tricks, yes, how you doing? Agassi, hey, you've made it. That's nice to see. And well, that's it from the chat for the moment. It's Saturday. I don't expect many people to be rolling out watching the opening stages of the PYS. No, they all get sent out at the same time by Wargaming, I believe. Party Channel. As I said, I don't send them out, mate. They're sent directly by Wargaming, directly to the accounts. So it's not me sending them out. And as I said, it's the weekend, so the chances of getting any crates today are very slim. They'll probably send them out early part of next week, I would have thought. So, okay. So that's how that's happening. I can't say fairer than that. As I said, they're not coming from me, they're coming from the Wargaming people. If I had crates, you know, I'd be handing them out left, right and centre. Probably to myself before anybody else, because I'm like that. Joke. I'm joking. No, I'm joking, guys. But how's everybody doing on this fine, I'm assuming, Saturday evening? I also believe, well, whilst we're all on here having a good old natter, that the other servers have kicked off now, I believe. Asia and NA. Asia kicked off earlier today, did they not? No? Yes, they did. No, they kick off. Yes, they did. They kicked off today. And NA also kicks off today, later on this evening, where that will be streamed, I believe, by Droodles. So there you go. All the Droodles fans out there. Droodles is streaming a tournament again. You know, there you have it. FTW, hello. Oh, do the clocks change today, do they? You see, I live in a part of the world where we don't change clocks forward and backwards anymore. And it gets very confusing for me, especially when tournaments are on, because obviously tournaments are done on a particular time. And yeah, it gets very confusing for me when they do that. So I'm so glad you told me that, FTW, because if you didn't, then I would be missing half the tournament tomorrow. Is the honest answer. It would not go down well, would it? It means I have to go into my streaming side of the YouTube and rechange everything. Yes. This is it's just a cap game. It's well done because you're in the 12 team. It's not easy. Not easy at all with a cap game. Oh, it was called a legend. I don't know if that's going to be an ace though. Certainly a good win. How'd his nerve? How'd his nerve? Needed some big kahunas for that one. And a second class. Can't say fairer than that. We've still got 15 minutes to rumble. So let's, because we've got 15 minutes to rumble, let's have a look at a rising mode. Apparently it's a lot of damage. Because rising is a lot of damage. Let's have a look at that one. Whilst you watch this, I'm going to go to the little boy's room. And I'll be back in a moment. Oh, you lovely people. I'm back. So, Bill, hello. How is it over there in Canada, in Edmonton? Is it getting chilly yet? Should be. It's November almost. Not Rolex. There will be. I don't know if they're going to be crates. I don't know how Wargaming are going to do it, but it certainly won't be on any of the streams in the Prove Your Skill tournaments. And we've got 4 Prove Your Skill tournaments. So this is Prove Your Skill number 2, and it's only just started today. Each Prove Your Skill tournament has 3 stages. So we're only on stage 1, Prove Your Skill number 2. So we've still got stage 2 and stage 3 to go of PYS 2. Then we've got PYS 3 and PYS 4, all of which have also got 3 stages. So there's still a lot of streams before we even start looking at reward streams. The reward streams, I have no idea what Wargaming are going to do. They may do crates, they may not do crates. It may be via their portal, it may not be via their portal. I just do not have that information at this moment. I wish I could. I wish I could give you more info, but I just don't have it. So you have to keep your eyes open on what Wargaming's Discord is saying with regards to that, because they will let you know. They will give you the information of what streams have got the giveaways or the rewards or whatever, and how you can get them and what you need to do to get them and stuff like this. So just keep your eyes open, yeah? There's a lot of streamers as well, guys. I'm not going to kid you. As we get further into the tournament, there are going to be a lot of streamers in a multitude of languages. There's going to be obviously quite a few English language streamers. There will most likely be a German language streamer, an Italian language streamer, a Spanish language streamer, and there will be Russian language streamers as well. So it's almost impossible for me to tell you which streams are going to be carrying rewards, if they are going to carry rewards, and what those rewards are going to be. So just be mindful. You won't be getting, there won't be any reward streams until at the earliest, in my opinion, this is literally at the very earliest, won't be any reward streams until around, I'm just waiting for my spreadsheet to load so I can give you correct information, because that's what you want, isn't it? Correct information. I don't think anything's going to be, there's no reward stream is going to be sort of being looked at until middle of November, potentially. I'm looking here, it's probably gonna, you may have reward streams starting around November the 14th. Around November the 14th, maybe, potentially. Okay, but don't hold me on that. I mean, Wargaming haven't told me that, but normally you start getting the reward streams about then, in the second part of the tournament, which is going to be the round robins and stuff like that, and the qualifiers for the top 8. That'd be the top 8, sorry, and then you've got the top 4 at the end of the month. So there's a long way to go yet, guys. You're looking for what, another 17 days before they're even considering a reward stream. So just keep your eyes open on Wargaming's official Discord for notifications, and obviously keep your eyes open for in-game news, because that's where it's going to be telling you everything you need to know. We've still got 9 minutes to rumble, before we kick off onto the next game, which is going to be BPS against Futa. So that's what we got next. Oh, look at that. That's an Inferno. It's always fun to watch a tank being Infernoed, I must admit. Oh, a bit of relief. No snow. Oh, wow. What is snow? I have no idea what that is living in Dubai. However, no Rolex. If, and it's a big if, a huge if, a massive if I can get approximately another, I don't know, let's have a look, another 230 subscribers before the 14th of November, then the chances are I will have a giveaway for hitting 10,000 subs. So, you know, if you've got 240 friends out there who play Blitz and they've not subbed to me, and you want to do a giveaway, then get them to sub to me, we can do a giveaway. Simple, really, isn't it? Yeah, because as soon as I get to 10k, I think I'm entitled to, I'm allowed to do a giveaway, and YouTube will, not YouTube, Wargaming will support such a giveaway, I believe. They normally used to. So, if you, like I said, if you've got 240 buddies out there, then get them all to sub to me and we can do a giveaway. Bonus! Yay! Llama, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, yeah. We've got 30 people currently on the chat, apparently. Or 24. One of the two. One of the two. I didn't expect today to be, you know, lots and lots of people watching, because it's the first stage, and a lot of people have expressed some disappointment in the first stage. I personally enjoy it because you get to see other clans, and you know, you might get some upsets. Who knows? Yeah, anything can happen at this stage. Believe me. You know, I've played at this level, and you can get turned over by clans that you least expect to turn you over, and you yourself can turn over clans that you don't expect to turn over. So it can be interesting, to be perfectly honest with you. It really can. 6 minutes before we roll out. Hopefully this game ain't gonna last 6 minutes, but you never know. He's already at 11,171 damage. Wowzers. That's a lot of damage, really. God, knock him down. 12,296. This is the good thing about Uprising. You know, you can earn a decent amount of credits, you can do some damage, and you can do it without the stress or the aggravation of losing win rates, etc., etc. The only downside is obviously it doesn't add to your average damage count. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Imagine that. if you could roll out an Uprising and stuff, and it all counts to your average damage, that would be fantastic. It would obviously annoy a lot of people, but it would be fantastic. Oh. Do you like this? I don't like this gold camo on this tank. I like the tank, don't get me wrong. It's just that I don't like the gold camo. It's a bit too blingy for me. Well, I understand why it's there. I understand because obviously, you know, it's a Chinese tank, and the Chinese like those sort of things. But it's a bit too blingy for me. I prefer the more traditional, legendary type camos. You know, like the one they've just released for the E100. I think that's a nice little camo actually. And the one they had for the Jaegeru. Pricey, I don't disagree. Pricey, yes. But they are nice. Look at this, 14,600, 6 kills. Gonna get some hefty credits here, big fella. This is one hell of a game. One hell of a game. It's the Graham. Yeah, I saw you earlier. And, oh, he's still alive. He's not deaded. He's still alive. Four minutes before, well, 5 minutes really, because it's 31 minutes past the hour. There's only a couple of seconds left, so it's 15,374 damage dished out in the uprising mode in a WZ121 Bat, which is a nice tank. And it's called the Invincible, and it was pretty invincible there. How many credits did he earn? Let's have a look. 236,000. Millionaire. 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 Anyway, we should have the room up. There it is. Get in. Ready up. We're going out on Castilla, or as some people used to describe it, me being one of them, Campstilla. Although recently I've not seen much camping on Castilla. And one of the interesting things about the migration, okay, because I want to touch base on this. As most of you know, because you play Blitz obviously, and you're probably on the EU server, from September the 1st onwards, Wargaming have been encouraging those who are not residing in Russia and Belarus but are on the CIS server to migrate their accounts to EU for various reasons. And a lot of people have expressed that, that, oh, it's not going to be good, it's a bad thing, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I think it's a great thing because, one, we've now got a lot more competitive clans in the tournament. That's a good thing. But more importantly, when you bring another server across, okay, the gameplay is different. So the CIS battles, gameplays, tactics, strategies, whatever you want to call it, is, to be perfectly honest with you, slightly different from that of EU. And I think it's great because now you're going to get a good mix and mash, yeah, of what was traditionally CIS gameplay of the CIS players who migrated and what has been traditionally EU for those EU players. They're gonna both sides have to adapt, and we're going to get this sort of hybrid gameplay, a bit of CIS and a bit of EU, and that for me is fantastic. It changes it up a bit. It stops Blitz realistically from being stale, because you get into that muscle memory lock, yeah. So when you're on a certain map, you go a certain way, blah blah blah. Well, with the change in tactics, you may not be able to go that way anymore because the CIS tactic was not to go that way; it was to go a different way. And I think that's fantastic, and I can't wait for it to sort of settle down. It's going to be brilliant. It's a big learning curve. Anyway, let's jump in. So we are on Castilla. And this is the reason I said that is because I've seen some of the CIS gameplay in tournaments on Castilla, and it is incredibly aggressive gameplay. We have got BPS on the North Spawn against Futtery on, I don't know, I'm assuming it's Future on the South Spawn. Now, I don't know Future, I must admit, some of these clans I don't know, and they are English, so they're not a recent migration, they're English, but I don't know them. So this is EHXD, so hello EHXD. We've got Albert Ranga, so hello Albert. We've got JP, I'm just going to call you JP, hi JP. Jack, hello Jack. TG, hello TG. And Alpin, hello Alpin. So that's who we've got so far. They've only got 6 players, so that's going to be a little bit sort of hard work for them. Moving over to BPS. Wow, BPS, we've got a full complement. We have Mufasa in a Concept 1B. Spitty so far, potentially in an E50M. Ukalova in a Grill. Vanessa in a Type 71. RG in a Clan. Navigator in a Sheridan. And Exulier in a Sheridan also. So a lot of mobility on their team because the Concept 1B is not a slouch. The slowest tank there is the Cranwagon, to be fair. Moving over to Future, well, we have a lot. 3 Type 71s, a Concept 1B also, an STB1, great little tank, brilliant medium, fantastic turret armor, and a WZ113, which according to Wargaming is one of the top 5 best noob-friendly tanks in Tier 10. I don't know if I agree with that because I think it's a tricky tank to play because of that hull armor. If you can understand its armor and understand its turret armor, then yeah, it is. But it has got a slow turret turn, it has got a slow hull turn, it has got good DPM, and it has got good armor on its turret. But I wouldn't say it's an easy tank to play. I was surprised, to be perfectly honest with you, that the IS-4 did not make it into that video. I personally think the IS-4 is probably the most noob-friendly of all the tier 10s, but that's just me. That's just what I think. JP, hello. Anyway, that was then. This is now. We're going out on Castilla, or as I said, some people call it Camstilla. Poor old Future are a tank down. That is going to give BPS a little bit of confidence to push aggressively, and I'm expecting some aggressive gameplay. What with their lineup? 2 Sheridans, an E50M and a Concept 1B. So, and a Gorilla, don't forget. So that Gorilla is going to be parking its backside somewhere. And those mediums and that Concept are going to be doing some hard work, I would think. The Sheridans here, Navigator, Solaire, and the E50 of Spitty heading towards the camp area, or the castle area, or the monastery area. And no, Navigator turning off and Solaire going up. Spitty lone wolfing it towards the A cap. However, we've got the STP-1 here of TG. And look at Navigator pushing right through, even making sure that he doesn't go anywhere near that B cap. Trying to catch out these heavies and trying to get the shots up. JP will get there, but Navigator should... Oh, that was a great shot from Albert in the Type 71. Across the map into Mufasa. Navigator having to back away. Vanessa is there in support. Moving back up over to the castle area. You've got Spitty pushing in. And TG has had to back down. He has been smacked. So he's got to be careful there. Ukalova is going up in the grill. Right at the back of the map over there. Look, just carrying on, going up the hill. Will get into a good position. And now Future being somewhat contained here. RG is calling the team to just hold positions. Solaire is coming around the flank here, trying to get those shots into the back. Oh, I think he was going for Jack and the Concept is a really tricky tank to get. It's got some trolley armor. And you can see there, EH has had to drop down. Albert is being pushed. And hit points are slowly being whittled down here by BPS onto Future. And now BPS can feel that they can push. If they can get the STB-1 out, and they do, the STB would... Oh, and that's a great shot from the grill into Alpin. As I said, that lower hull, it's really not the best. And that was a great shot coming across the map. Alpin just sticking out, not knowing that the Gorilla was there. RG now coming in, trying to get the gun depression to work. Doesn't work because it's a Crown Wagon. And he has to drop down and then he gets stuck. But the Type 71 of Albert goes down. Vanessa in a world of trouble, but managing to hold out as the WZ goes down. Navigator coming in. EH is doing what they can, but they've got 3 tanks. Oh, down goes Vanessa. So 1 tank down, but EH is not going to last this battle. Down he goes. We have 1 Type 71 left. He's up here on the castle area. Gets a great shot into Mufasa. But, and you say you've got RG there. Boo, Vanessa, why'd you die? And so does Spitty. Why are you dying? But it's all over. And Vanessa didn't get the memo to stay alive. Fantastic game. Not much Future could have done about it. They did go into the battle with 1 hand behind their back with their tank light. And BPS were always going to punish them. We're going to swap those spawn points now. This time we're staying on Castilla, of course. It is best of 3, first 2 victories. We will have BPS on the south spawn, Future on the north spawn. And I'm probably going to be we're probably going to be seeing some changes to the lineup of the BPS team. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, and we already have. Vanessa is jumping into a Type 50, T57 Heavy, sorry. Mufasa is jumping into an AMX-50B. Navigator staying in the Sheridan. Along with Solaire is going also in a Sheridan. I'm just waiting for the rest of the team. RG in a TVP. Ukalova is offline at the moment. That's not going to be too traumatic for BPS. Spitty at the moment is just ready. Is just waiting in an E50M, so no changes there. Oh, and Ukalova is back. Spitty jumping into an E100, potentially. Moving over to Future. No change apart from Alpin in the moment. Alpin deciding that the Z113 needs to be changed to that of the VK9001P. Not a bad call for this map, especially if you're going into the city area. And you know, it's a great side scraper, it's got great frontal armor. Just make sure you keep it pointing face front. Spitty has jumped into a 50B, he's going to double up with Mufasa. And Ukalova is in a 4005. Sticking with the TD, however, but 4005. Just waiting for TG to ready up. 15 seconds. There you go. STB1. So no change apart from Alpine for future. Alpine now in a VK90. Again, unfortunately, one hand tied behind their back. They're rolling out with 6 tanks against a good team that has 7. A full complement. So, you know, fair play. Not many people would do that. But here's the thing. The top 2 go through. Okay? The top 2 go through to tomorrow. So even if Future lose this and they can get to today's grand final, which if they go up against Cigna and Cigna aren't able to get a full complement and still only have 5 players, they have a chance to do that. So don't write anybody off just yet. Anyway, BPS, apart from Vanessa and RG sticking together here, 50Bs, Mafafa and Spitty pushing in towards the C-cap. They have got the Sheridans and they have got cover from the 57 Heavy and the TVP. You can see here Future also pushing towards that way. The Sheridans and Navigator and Excelsior have got over the Dodge area or the Pain area, and now XHD really being pushed. He's got to be careful. Spitty coming in on a full clip there. Ukalova's pulling back, and same as Mufasa. XHD is pulling over. Oh, but RG Potens is there, and that TVP just waiting to unload, and unload RG does. You can see here that the Navigator's trying to get round. JP is going around the bottom, and oh, XHD, down he goes. So now that's not looking good for Future. Albert is going to be focused here, and very heavily focused. Mufasa comes in, and he should be able to put another one in. Oh, Ukalova goes down. That was a great kill. I think that came from Alpine. I'm not sure. Albert goes down, though, in the 71. Also, the TG in the STB also goes down. Now they're looking for Alpine here. Jack in the concept really can't do much, but these two are now on a long reload. Alpine may be able to get a good shot in. Hopefully that was an HE roll. I don't know if it was. And down goes Alpine. And Jack in the concept 1B can't really do much. Vanessa is stuck. Vanessa's stuck. Let's go and have a look at Vanessa being stuck. Let's see Vanessa being stuck. Vanessa is stuck. Sorry, Vanessa, but it gives me a little bit of something to see. And there's Vanessa twiggling her gun and all that sort of stuff, firing eye into the air. Anyway, let's go back. We've got JP. Oh, JP taking down. So 4 tanks down. Can JP hold out here? Can he hold out? He's trying to wiggle and jiggle. And Vanessa saying, don't die. It's 2 against 1, effectively. It is 2 against 1 because Vanessa is mightily stuck. Now, Spitty. Oh, Spitty manages to definitely avoid. And maybe RG can get the shots into the rear. He is going to be fully loaded. And he is going to be able to get those shots in. And valiant effort there by JP. But what can you do? It is what it is. Unfortunately, wasn't to be. Future turning over BPS. Gravitas! And Vanessa, we all saw you stuck. Ta-da! Congratulations to BPS. Commiserations to Future. But Future, don't be too downhearted, because at the end of the day, you were rolling out against a very good team in a team that just had a tank less. It's always going to be tricky, tricky, tricky. Always going to be tricky. Oh dear, we don't want to hear that. Missing a tournament because your Wi-Fi cuts out. That's terrible news. And that's terrible to hear. I'm really sorry to hear that. Nobody wants that to happen. And it's not a nice thing. So, sorry to hear that, Hack FC. I don't know how I pronounce it right. I'm assuming the X there is more of a H. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But, yeah, sorry to hear that, big fella. Hello, Simon. How are you? So now we're going into that lower bracket final where we'll be seeing, I believe, Future. Let's just quickly jump in, then jump back out. So it's Future against Tira. They played each other earlier. That was their opening game together. So unfortunately, Cigna are out. Chances are they couldn't get any more players to join, and if they're only rolling out with 5, they are going to find it incredibly difficult to progress. So, however, kudos where kudos is due. Most teams would have just pressed surrender. They didn't, and credit to them for that, because I think everybody should play in a tournament, regardless if you're going to get your backside wiped by the other team or not. Because two things. One, you get a load of free stuff, believe it or not, creditos, for example. And two, you get some much needed tournament experience. And eventually you'll get bitten by the tournament bug, and before you know it, you'll be doing training sessions and trying to climb those leaderboards in the tournaments, which is never a bad thing. Let's jump into the room. We're going off on Molenbeek, the Dutch map. Future now, I've got a full complement. Future, what happened? Guys, you didn't have a full complement against BPS. Now you have a full complement. Tirua, they don't have a full complement. So let's have a look at these guys. I don't know this clan. This is Bro Boy. Where are they from? Ukrainian. So there we go. We have a Ukrainian clan here. Hello, guys. How you all doing? Never really commented on a Ukrainian team before, so this is a first for me. Realistically, I've obviously commentated on teams that are half Ukrainian, half Turkish, and blah, blah, blah. Not full Ukrainian. So Bro Boy there. Then we have Daniel. Then we have Iron. I'm just going to call you Iron. I hope you don't mind. Then we have Legion. Hello, Legion. We have Kostyanchik. Kostyanchik, am I saying that correctly? Hopefully, Kostyanchik. It's going to be difficult for me, though. And 8bov. Or is it Arov? I don't know. But funky background on your profile page. Arov, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to call you Arov. I hope you don't mind. If it's wrong, correct me. I speak Russian and Ukrainian equally badly, okay? They have also got a full complement, Tiru. So you have to, again, tell me, am I pronouncing your clan name correctly? Because, again, I don't know. I've never streamed you guys. So, well, they're going out in. We have Bro Boy in the IS-7, Andre in an E100, Daniel in the T57 Heavy, Iron in an AMX-50B, Legion in the Type 71, Kostyanchik in a VK-72, and Arov in a T57 Heavy. Moving over to Future, we have H in a T100, Albert in a 60TP, JP in a 60TP, Jack in the Concept 1B, TG in a 60TP, Alpin in a 60TP, and ZRNG in a T22 Medium here on Molenbeek. So that's going to be intriguing and interesting here on Molenbeek. There is no real mobility on Tirua side. There is. I mean, I'm assuming that's Tier UA. So again, you have to put me right, guys. You know, I'm an English guy. You know, I speak 2 languages, English and bad English. So they are going out, however, to Tier UA on the south spawn. Future going off on the north spawn. Molenbeek is an interesting map. It's a big map, and you generally find that a lot of clans go into the town area and look to cover that town area as well. So it'd be interesting to see how these teams play that. Are they going to go towards that C cap with an overlook on the B cap? I would say that Tier UA are, because they've got no light tank, no medium tank realistically. They are going to find it difficult to get to that A cap. They're going to be looking more to that B and C cap area. The other team, however, Future, they do have mobility in the T22 and the T100. Are they going to go A and B? This is the ultimate question. We will find out very, very shortly. So Tier UA are doing exactly what I think they're doing, which is going to that C cap. It was pretty sort of understandable with their lineup there being very heavy. I was expecting some of them to just peel off a little bit towards the B area, and you can see Future is heading towards that A cap. What are Future doing with their super heavies though, those 60 TPs? Are they looking at the B cap? Yes, they are. They're not looking at the C cap. Now, that they are going to cap out first, to be honest with you. The 50B of iron are already in, but there are 2 tanks in the A cap, so Future will get that early cap lead. Problem that Tier EU now have, or UA, sorry, now have, is that they have now got to push out of this area. And it's not easy, because there's only 3 areas they can push, and Future will basically be able, although they're sort of not looking at iron there in the 50B, who may be able to get, he could have got some good rolls into the back of that concept 1B. And I think that was a miss for iron there. Now Legion is pushing through. Jack there, Invader Jack, is trying to push down an iron. He has got JP coming with him. And this is where Tier UA are always going to have difficulty trying to break out of the city area. And you can see what Future have done. They've basically covered every single exit. So they've split their team, but they're covering the exits. And it's much easier for them to do than it is for Tier UA to break out. JP should be able to put a big roll into iron, and he does. Now we've got Andre pushing round onto these mediums along with Broboy in the IS-7. This actually could work for Tier UA if they can focus fire, but they didn't. The E100 didn't come down. The IS-7 went a bit too aggressively there and all alone, allowing the T-22 and the T-100 to focus the IS-7. Coming back round, the 50B is down, so 2 tanks down for Tier UA. They are, I mean, Arov is in a dodgy position in the 57 Heavy. The Concept 1B, however, is out in the open. Now, the Concept 1B is a great hull down tank. Really shouldn't stick it out in the open like that. You are going to get punished. ZRNG, down he goes in the T22. Now, the E100 has got the VK72 here to support, and they're looking to try and finish off T100. 2 tanks down apiece. However, look at the points on the board. Points are in the favour of Future. Type 71 of Legion is pushing out. He's now a 1-shot. Down he goes. And Arov is also in the T57 area, a 1-shot. So he's got to be careful. Alpin should be able to finish him off. But Daniel taking down there a T60. No, Type 71, sorry. Arov is still alive. They have not focused Arov. Over the other side, the E100 and the VK are doing fantastic stuff against EH and Albert, but it's too little too late because points go in favour of Future, and Future gets the win. To be honest with you, Tier UA broke out better than I expected them to do. I'll be honest with you. I thought they were going to be really punished by Future, but they weren't as punished as I thought they would be. And quite a nifty comeback. However, it is a supremacy game, guys. You can't lose sight of those cap points. But a fantastic little game there, must admit. Some individual tussles going on left, right, and centre. There was a little tussle going on down under the bridge on the right side. There was another tussle in the middle area, and there was another little tussle over on the left flank. So it was all good fun. You know, that's what you want to see. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Stuff like that. That's what tournaments are all about. Swapping those spawn points now here on Molenbeek. We will have Future on the south spawn and Tier UA on the north. It looks like Kosteniuk has been replaced by Yevgeny. I believe that's Yevgeny. I'm going to call you Yevgeny. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to call you Yevgeny. So we have Broboy in the IS-7, Andre in the E100, Daniel in the Object 260, Yevgeny in an Object 263, Iron in an AMX-50B, Legion in a Type 71, and Arov in a Badger. Wow, I've not seen a Badger in a tournament for a while. Like, a long time, and especially in these tournaments. Moving over to Future, we have H in a T100, Albert in a 60TP, JP in a 60TP, Jack in a Concept 1B, TG in a 60TP, Alpin in a 113, back in that 113, and ZRNG in a T22. Here on Molenbeek, it is best of 3. First of 2 victories. Future already at match point. Can they capitalise? Can they push it further forward? Can they cement that place against BPS? So you just never ever know. I did not ignore you, ZRNG. Well, I did, because you died. Sorry about that, dude. Anyway, we're flying high here. And now, again, I mean, to be fair, TUA haven't really got much mobility. They've gone with TDs. The TDs are their fastest tanks. Well, the 50B is actually their fastest tanks. But the 268 and the 263 is fast as well. But they have got a lack of mobility. Whereas Future do have mobility, and as you can see, they're doing pretty much the same strat, but from this spawn. The T100 jumping into the A cap with the Super Heavies, and he's being helped by the T22, and the Super Heavies overlooking that B and a little bit of the C cap. We have got the entire Tier UA team coming towards the A cap. Now that could be a mistake. Iron is very aggressive here in the 50B. Yes, it's a 50B, but he hasn't got the best of DPM, not really. And what we can see here, ZRNG though, showing his backside, shouldn't be doing that, and down he goes. Never show your bum. And EH is now in a bit of trouble. So that actually has gone better than I expected for Tier UA. EH trying desperately to get out of dodge, but he definitely avoids that one, gets a good shot into Iron, but ZRNG is down, but so is Legion. Legion went down as well. We've got the TDs and a 50B pushing down on the T100 here, and I don't think the T100 is going to escape, and no, he does not. So, advantage at the moment to Tier UA, but they have not capped. The cap is with Future. Okay, Future have lost 2 tanks, but they will quickly grab those points back as the caps tick over. Now we've got more aggression. The 60 TPs of JP and Albert trying to deal with, well, they've already dealt with Iron in the 50B. Now Broboy in the Stellanium IS-7. Can he survive 260 TPs? Well, the 268 is there of Daniel of Ukraine. No, he cannot, because 60 TP of TG comes in and wipes him out. Now the 268 of Daniel. Oh, big roll coming in from the side. JP going down courtesy of the Badger. But can now Daniel here not going to survive this? He has a one-shot now, but has got it. Now we've got Yevgeny in the 263 and Andre in the E100. They need to get rid of this 113, but they should have capped A. You had the Badger over there, guys. A cap would have been what you needed. Down goes. It's 3 versus 3. But they have got they've got basically 260 TPs and a concept. The concept is right at the back here. So we've got a very healthy Badger, and a very healthy 263, and a very healthy E100. But there are no caps for Tier UA. They needed to cap A. Their entire team were in A. Why did they not cap? Okay, they are kind of looks like they're winning, but they're not. Look at their hit points. The hit point advantage sits with Future at this moment in time. And in order to whittle that down, and it's still, oh no, it's just switched because TG, and that's turned it. TG just not getting safe enough. Now they need to push onto Albert, and they need all to go together. The concept has got to be careful of that Badger. They need to push together onto the 60 TP. The 263 is coming in, and they're doing that. This could be a turn. I could get it all wrong. They had this in control, Future. Now they're losing control rapidly. Albert, the 60 TP, who was incredibly healthy, has got his bum facing Yevgeny in a 263, and he's not going to last. And no, he does not last. They've still got the points, 660, but can Jack hold off against the Badger? He is face-hugging the Badger. Can he hold off? He needs to make sure. The Badger can just hit him with HE. He didn't, but the Badger can hit him with HE. And if the Badger can hit him with HE, he will be able to turn this around. And eventually he does. Future had that game. They had that game, and they kind of sort of fumbled the ball in the last part of that game. They really had control of it. And I don't want to be overly critical. Brilliant comeback from TAUA. Brilliant comeback. Despite the fact that I said they may have dropped a sort of bombshell with not capping the base. They didn't need to cap a base. There you have it. So we go to a decider. Oof. Decider time. And it's going to be another map. Faust. Da, da, da. Wowzers. So we will have Tier UA on the South Spawn. Future on the North Spawn. Future really got to compose themselves here. They had that game in the bag, and they kind of snatched defeat from the jaws of victory somewhat. We will have going out for Tier UA, Broboy in an IS-7, Andre in an E100, Daniel in an Object 268, Yevgeny in an Object 263, Iron in an AMX-50B, Legion in a 71, and Arov in a 217 Badger. No change realistically to their lineup. Moving over to Future, we have HH in a T100 LT, Albert in a 60TP, JP in a 60TP, Jack in a Concept 1B, TG jumping into a Kranwagen, Alpin jumping into an M6 Yo, in ZRNG sticking with the T22 Medium. Faust, tricky map, not the easiest. 4 caps, where are they going to go? Now, in a public game, a lot of people like to fast cap D and C. Tournaments, slightly different. Unless you are intending to take quite a heavyish lineup and iron fist it through one of the caps, i.e. if you come out from the 1 spawn, you cap, you go straight through the D cap and carry on pushing to the C cap and hopefully catch your enemies off guard. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see a bit of a rush? Or not? I don't know, is the honest answer. Time will tell. You also get with the mobility team, of which unfortunately the Tier UA is not a high mobility team, go towards that A cap. So we'll see how they're going to play this one. It's always interesting. You can see the hit points are in favor of Future because they've got those heavies as opposed to those TDs. So let's get up high, see where they're going to go. Well, it looks like Tier UA are heading towards that D cap, and they will push right through onto C, it would appear. Moving over the map quickly, let's have a look and see what Future are doing. Well, unsurprisingly, they're sending the T22 and the T100 up to the A cap. They're also sending those haul downs, Kranwagen Concept and Yo up there too. That means they don't have cover at C or B. The 60 TP of JP and Albert maybe could cover that cap. Cap advantage will go to Tier UA, mainly because nobody capped the C cap for Future. And now we are going to have Future having to sort of hold position and sort of try and get back to their spawn. They can't have their mediums and lights pushing through at the back. Not really. They don't know what's there yet. Now they do. They've seen Yevgeny, but the C cap will now be taken. This should be telling Future to push through onto the 263. Push down on the 263 with those tanks and try and get him out the game and take back D cap. Whilst your heavies try and hold this rush here and get into cover and just basically farm the heavies of Tier UA as they come through. And that is now what Future are doing. They're doing exactly that. They're pushing down. They're trying to push down, but they've got to be careful of that Badger. The Badger can give them a hard time. They do need to cap base D. The points are whittling up now, and that's the thing. If they don't take D, oh, Yevgeny is just sticking himself out a bit too far there. Down he goes. Now they've got it. Now they've got an advantage, but that advantage will not last long because they don't have the cap advantage. They are farming away. The AMX there of Iron is turning around. Arov there in the Badger is just trying to cover if anything comes down. He puts a great shot in. Not going to lie, that was a great shot. Iron here pushing through aggressively. I don't know if that's a good move. considering that he's got not that great armor. Not really. The T22, oh, bouncing down he goes though. Now it's sort of disintegrating for TRUA here, and to be fair, Future have done the right thing. He has done the right thing. They held their heavies back, trying to farm the heavies of TRUA as they come down, and they push through the decap. And that's exactly what they should have done here. TRUA were slightly too aggressive too quickly. They didn't have everything spotted up. They had the cap advantage, and they could have consolidated. They had the control of the game. They had Future under cap pressure. Now the game is turned. Future are no longer under pressure. Now it's TRUA under pressure. Legion will not survive this brawl, and he doesn't. Now it's allowing Future's heavies to push, and this is not what should have happened in the game plan of TRUA. They did not anticipate this happening, and it's because they just overextended. Nothing more than that. We've only got a Badger left. It's Arov in the Badger, and he is going to be in a world of pain as ZRNG can try and get around the back and the side and finishes him off. There we go. It's all over, and Future turning it around. Interesting game, that. Very, very interesting game. So, wowzers. What did YouTube flag? Hey? What did YouTube flag? I don't know. So, congratulations to Future. Commiserations to Tier UA. You played a great second game, however, on Molenbeek. You just needed to sort of consolidate yourself and be a bit less aggressive, to be fair, there on Faust. Had you been a bit less aggressive, not overextending, could have gone differently. You had, as I said, Future under cap pressure. So this is the grand final here of Prove Your Skill number 2, Group 33, stage number 1. Lots of places to go. Future have already booked their place into tomorrow. BPS have already booked their place into tomorrow. The only ones we say goodbye to for tomorrow, for the rest of this Prove Your Skill, are TRUA and Cigna. So unfortunate, guys. You gave us some entertainment and you played well. Thank you for turning up. And don't let it put you off. Hopefully we'll see you again for Prove Your Skill number 3. Now we're just waiting for that clock to run down to past below the 3-minute mark. So there we have it. And then we can have a look and see what the lineups are, who's doing what, and when, and where. I mean, BPS would be feeling pretty confident here, to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. They'll be feeling pretty confident. They don't really have to do anything massively major. Like I said, they've already booked their place for tomorrow for stage 2 of the Prove Your Skill, so they can just chill out a little bit. Future as well, to an extent, can also chill out a little bit. They're already through for stage 2, so they don't have to worry too much. They can chill out, chill, lean back, and just enjoy the experience. Anyway, we are going out on Naval Frontier. We will have BPS Gravitas on the North Spawn, Future on the South Spawn. Future already read it up. We have EH in the 60TP, Albert in the 60TP, JP in the 60TP. Jack staying with his Concept 1B, TG and a Kranwagen Alpin in an M6Yo, and ZRNG in a T22, which he's been in every match. Moving over to BPS Gravitas, we have Mufasa in a 60TP, Spitty in an IS4, Ukalova in a Camp Panzer 50T, show off. Vanessa in a Type 71, RG in a T100 LT, Navigator potentially in a Sheridan, and Exilier in a T57 Heavy. That's what we're looking at. Ukalova, I'm only saying a show off because you've got the Camp Panzer 50T. Bling. Anyway, we're on Naval Frontier. Always an interesting map is Naval Frontier. You can see from the lineups here, well, RGs and the T100 and Navigators generally in that Sheridan. They've got a bit of mobility there. What are they going to be looking at? Are they going to be looking at trying to fast cap that C and put them under pressure, or push aggressively through that B cap, or just push round onto that A cap? Well, we don't know. Moving over to what we see futures potential strat here. Well, they've got the Concept and the Clan and the Yo, all pretty decent haul down tanks. EH has now jumped into a T100. Are they going to be looking at an A and a C cap with overlook on that B? Or are they going to look for also an aggressive push through B? Well, we just do not know. Either way, we're going to have a front row seat to see what either clan is going to do in about, well, less than a minute. Can't say fairer than that. Well, I don't think you can say fairer than that. Maybe you think differently, but hey. As you can see with the line, Auxiliaire has now jumped into a 60 TP. So we've got T100 and Sheridan there, and the light tanks. We've got two 60 TPs. Oh no, Auxiliaire is umming and ahhing, debating. T57 heavy, there we go. Spitty now is umming and ahhing. No, IS4, there you go. So no change, even though they were looking like they were going to, but they didn't. Everybody should, by the way, tell Vanessa that we purposely went to see Vanessa stuck on Castilla earlier. Gave us all mighty entertainment and good fun. Please excuse my air compressor that decided to just go off randomly in the corner for no apparent reason. This is the grand final of Pre-Your Skill number 2, stage number 1 here on the EU server for the autumn season. I'm Fujit, this is BPS, and this is Future. Let's see what they're going to be showing us. Excuse the air compressor. Shut up, you darn thing. Thank you. It does listen eventually. So, looks like BPS are doing neither what I thought. Then, Future, ZRNG is overlooking. The rest of the team are probably pushing down onto the A cap. And everybody else on BPS is probably pushing through C, trying to get around the back. ZRNG has got to be careful here. He could get wrong-footed as Mufasa comes in, and Vanessa's trying to get around the back. And Vanessa does get around the back, but fluffs the shot. But RG over there in the T100 doesn't. And now ZRNG's got to get out of there. Can Vanessa track? No, but he does lose a load of hit points. Mufasa is into B and does cap B. C is taken. So cap points are already in favour of BPS as ZRNG continues to bleed hit points as he tries desperately to get away from the Type 71s and everybody else over there. And he does eventually get away. Moving over, we have got Consolidated Future. That's an interesting term, isn't it? A Consolidated Future around the A cap. Not that it's going to do them much good. They've got to break out of there eventually. And BPS are just covering the exits. And BPS are just going to looking to farm them, basically. Mufasa is just down. He's tempting. He's baiting. Oh, Auxiliaire not looking good for Auxiliaire as he goes down. Tank down, but Auxiliaire is down. But TG is also down in the clan wagon. Doesn't really change anything at this moment in time. Now we've got BPS making a push onto Albert and Jack in the Concept and the 60 TP respectively. Oh, poor old Jack in the Concept. What can he do? Well, not much. Down he goes, courtesy of a lot of tanks. Spitty here, desperately trying to keep Albert in the 60 TP side onto Vanessa. And in comes the Sheridan and Navigator to put a roll in. 600, all finishing off Albert. Now we've got the 60 TP of JP. Looking in about, RG's gone down. 2 tanks down for BPS, 3 tanks down for Future, but JP is going to feel the wrath of this focus fire, and feel it he does. Poor old ZRNG. Oh, that was a save by Alpin, but Yukalova is coming round to try and finish off ZRNG. Doesn't manage to make the shot. ZRNG needs to put another one in. No, doesn't work. Down goes Alpin, last man standing, but it's all over on the points in any event. So 1-0. 1-0 to BPS. However, it wasn't like it was that. It wasn't as bad as you think. Future knocking out 12,000 damage there compared to BPS's 15,000. BPS winning that on caps. Don't know if Alpin would have survived though. He was the last man standing, but we are going to swap those points, those spawn points. And as I said, it's no great loss for Future. They are into tomorrow anyway as the top two go through. So, you know, they need to be mindful of that. We are now going to have BPS on the south spawn, Future on the north spawn. And we've got some changes. So Mufasa now in a concept, Spitty in a 60 TP, Yukalova still showing off in the Kampfpanzer 50T, Vanessa in a Type 71 RG in the T100, Navigator in a Death Star. Of course, Navigator would go in a Death Star. And Exeler in a 215B. Moving over to Future, we have EH still in the T100, Albert in a 60, JP in a 60, Jack potentially in a Concept 1B. I don't know if he'll change. He's been in Concept 1B most this evening. TG still in the clan. Alpin now in an E3. And ZRNG sticking with the trusty T22 medium. Just waiting for Jack. He has got just over half a minute before anything's needed. And, unsurprisingly, stays in the Concept. Alpin jumping into that E3 is an interesting call. Admittedly, it has got great armour. But it is an interesting call. I'm not going to lie. So, not even going to bother to work out anything to do with strats. Not when you've got a Death Star in your team. BPS are just chilling out now and having a bit of fun. Future just need to chill down a little bit, get their focus fire together and call those targets out. Try and find the weakest link. It's not easy to do against BPS, but try and find that weakest link and push into that weak link. Hit points are in favour of Future, so may give them a little bit of an advantage, but it's still BPS, and BPS are still a very tough team to beat. Getting up high into the back of the map, well, we can see already BPS are just pushing through. And RG rushing down there. Yukalova moving over the other side. Exilaire there in the 215B, staying up high and getting a good shot over onto that Concept 1B. Now we've got Future trying to push round. CCAT will be taken by Yukalova over there in the 50T. Nobody is there to contest that. This is where Future really need to sort of try and land these shots. It's not easy when you've got tanks going haul down like this. And you've got the likes of Spitty and Mufasa doing what they do. I mean, they are very good. Oh, Vanessa saying, please kill Spitty and RG. There you go. Lovely teamwork from BPS. Because they laughed when Vanessa got caught up earlier on Castilla, no doubt. Exolier is now coming around to try and put shots in the back. Oh, Alpin getting pummeled a little bit there. And if Exolier can get round, he will really be able to use that HE, which has got awesome damage potential and penetration on the 215B at this moment in time. And there you see there, 477 straight into the Crownwagon. And he's aiming for that bottom plate because you can do that. Another 555. That is what you can do. EH is down. Alpin and the E3 is down. Didn't really think the E3 was a wise call for that side of the map. But, you know, it's not my team. It's not my strat. And now they're contained a little bit. The concept... and now you can see that Mufasa and Spitty are coming around to help out as Exolier is able to put those HE rounds and other things into the bottom plates of these tanks. Now we've got RG. Now we've got Vanessa. Now we've got Yukalova as well. Down goes another tank. And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're fighting against one tank, and then the whole of BPS turn up, and it's so annoying. And now, before you even realise it, you're the last man standing, and what can you do? Nothing. But doesn't matter. You're both through, and that's the main thing. Enjoy your time playing against BPS, and enjoy your time tomorrow in the second part of the tournament. Congratulations to BPS. They are the winners of PYS number 2, Stage 1, Group 33, EU Server Autumn Season Grand Final. And congratulations to Future, their second place. And they will both, I believe, progress to tomorrow. Pretty sure that's how it works. Now I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it's how it works. The top 2 go through. The top 2 go through. So, and just to make sure, first stage, the 2 best teams advance to the next stage. So, yeah, I was right. I was not wrong. I am generally wrong, but I wasn't wrong today. I was right. So, I'm happy about that. I got something correct for a change. What we're going to do now, before we go off the stream, because that's realistically the end, we're going to now have a look at the groups, okay, and see who did what and when. So that's what we're going to look at right now. So in Group 1, Pink are the victors, 7 Lion coming second. Group 2, Phoenix are the victors, with DFND coming second. Group 3, Charm turning over Vowels, they are the victors. Obviously both the teams go through. O are the victors in Group 4 against UZ Pro. Quick are the victors. So there's no surprises so far. Just looking for the surprises. I'm not going to read them all out because there's like 96 teams. Let's see. Appa is now called Toilian Kokani. I don't know what that means. I think it means lovely Toilian, who is the wargaming organizer of the tournament, and she is lovely, to be fair. Very efficient. Commerce, they're still playing. Keep moving down and down and down and down. Trying to see if there's any upsets. Not seen any as yet, to be honest with you. Pog are flying high. They're enjoying their Prove Your Skill tournament, not going to lie. Although they did turn over my clan, which was annoying. It just happens. So still moving down. No surprises yet. No upsets. There's my clan Vale. They're through as well. So I've not seen any upsets whatsoever. Not in the opening stages here. The chances are upsets may come tomorrow. They will definitely come in the third stage. Definitely come in the third stage. So aside from that, guys, not much. No upsets. Nobody's, dropped a spanner in the works. No wheels have fallen off. So most of the clans are going to be happy today. If I'm being honest with you, So, I mean, I could go all the way down to, bracket 90, whatever. I mean, there are actually 93 brackets. I'm pretty sure you don't need to see all of them. Not really. We, however, are back tomorrow. I can't join a platoon. I'd love to, but I can't because I'm actually streaming. We're back tomorrow. That's the end of the tournament for today. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, whatever part of the day it's in, evening or whatever. Don't forget, the NA server also kicks off its tournament season later. So keep an eye on that for those of you who are from NA or get an interest in A, or just like Droodles because he's the one streaming it. So don't forget that. We're back again, as I say, tomorrow with Prove Your Skill number 2, stage 2. Don't know the groups yet. Don't know who I'm following yet, but we will find out tomorrow. So until then, you have all been lovely. Thank you for popping in on this Saturday evening, if it's Saturday evening for you, or whatever time of the day it is for you. I appreciate it. You could be doing better things on your Saturday rather than listening to some old geezer from England talking about tournaments. But I'm glad you came, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I'd like to say a big thank you to all the clans that we watched tonight. Obviously, some of you are not going through, but you still played and you still winners in my book. Those of you who did go through, I wish you the very best for the rest of this tournament. And with that, I'm going to sign off and say cheerio for now. Don't be strangers, guys. Hopefully I'll see you all back again very soon. And until then, have a good one. Bye for now.